Yep, we're going. Good evening, everybody. David Silverman here and Debbie Wetzler. Say hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
We're in Maryland. We see people are kind of spread out all over. I see the South. I see the West. I see Asia. I guess we call it the Far East. I see everywhere here. It's wonderful. I even see Paul Hoffman through his steering wheel. Hey, Paul. We are in Maryland, Debbie and I, and we're in your upline. Everybody that comes to our weekly call on Mondays is in Debbie's downline. And many of you are in my downline because Debbie sponsored me. And we're glad you're here. We do this every single Monday. Debbie is a triple diamond with a CIA. If you haven't met Debbie yet, I hope if you're new, you will shortly. I'm an ambassador diamond with the company. And we both joined she joined a bit before me. I got involved with the business about 7 years ago. Debbie did about 8 years ago, I think, yeah. And we put this call together to accomplish a few things, and we're glad you're here. And if it's your first time, I hope you carefully evaluate what we're doing here, because it's a great tool for you as you are sharing this with people and building a business. The product's a miracle. It's a patented miracle. It's a scientific miracle. It works. Product is undeniable. And once you've seen what it does on you and a few people, you realize that it is going to become a mainstream. We just know about it before everybody else. And it's created a huge opportunity. A company run by brilliant people who are very ethical, who put principles and purpose above ego and economics. And it started with our founder when he turned down the offer from a pharmaceutical company. But the company is just, we're pinching ourselves. I mean, it's just incredible what we have here. The product, the people, the patents, the timing, the support. I mean, this is evident, a part of the support we have, and we're just part of it. There's going to be another team call at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight with Debbie's sponsor, who's also Triple Diamond. The president of the company will be on there, so people can jump on there if they have not met Jaron Webb yet. But we accomplish a few things on this call every Monday. It's a chance for everybody to meet me and Debbie. Everybody that you bring here gets at least a chance to meet us, ask us questions, and all the other servant leaders on this team, because there are platinums and golds. There are several people on here I'm looking at that are going to hit diamond in the next few months. So it's a chance to meet us. It's a chance for us to meet the new people. If you're new, it's a chance to meet you. It's our chance to meet the people you bring in the next week, next Monday, so we can meet them. It's a sense of community and team. When we're out there, this is a breakthrough. And when you're sharing a breakthrough with the lay people or the public, put it that way, and it sounds too good to be true, a lot of people can kind of rain on your parade and say, oh, that's ridiculous. They have no idea that they're going to be using this product in a matter of weeks, months, or years. They don't know it. We know it. But you know what? Sometimes it can sting a little bit when people you think are going to trust you don't listen to you. It's nice to have this family here where it's like, we all know. You don't have to convince us. We're in the same boat you are. We know this is a breakthrough. So it's a sense of community, team, being together as a team. I mean, we're real people that are just helping other people with their health and with their finances for people that want that. We make announcements every week. We do recognition, and we do some training. And tonight we're going to do something interesting on the training. And I'll tell you in just a second. We also share testimonials. And I don't know if Jason or Julie is on, but maybe they can share. Debbie, I had a couple that were willing to share. So when you do the testimonials, maybe they can do that, ask for them. But we're going to do something different tonight as far on the training. We don't have a topic, but we're going to do something on the compensation plan. Okay, so get your fingers ready to start typing in the chat bar. Because if you go to the chat bar and you put in there, what is the number one part of the comp plan or concept that you want to understand better? Because the top one or two, depending on the depth of the conversation, the top one or two that we see, whether it's the binary versus the personal sponsorship tree, people don't understand that. If that's one of the top ones, we'll cover that. If it's the fast start bonus, if it's team commissions, if it's EMP or check match, or what definitions, binary qualified, things like that. We'll cover the top couple, maybe three if we can get to it. Okay, I have a feeling a lot of times people want to know the binary thing. They don't understand. Do people go in the binary? They go in this or that. sometimes that's the one that takes a little more time to cover, but we're happy to cover it. That's what we're going to do for the training. So having said that, I'm going to turn it over to Debbie and see if she's got wants to ask if there's anything else she wants to say at the beginning of our call, but also to grab a couple testimonials. And like I said, Deb, I think Julie and Jason, I think, are two people that might be willing to do it. Okay.
Absolutely. And welcome, everyone. We love getting together every Monday and seeing all your beautiful faces. And I'm as excited as David. It seems like it's getting more exciting every day. I know I was in front of several groups in the last week, just sitting there telling people about redox molecules. And for the first time, the last few months, people are just really seeming to get it. And they're signing up and they're getting the product. And so it's been amazing. And I just love the fact that they're all excited. They're ready to start. They're ready to get it on people that they love. And it's just gotten to be very exciting. So please keep it simple when you're going out and telling people, and just tell them a little bit about this if you're presenting. And let their curiosity kind of get piqued, and them start asking you questions and stuff like that, and have some before and after photos and stuff like that, because pictures say 1,000 words, and it just seems to happen. So we're very, very, very excited, and to create and keep that excitement up, we will ask for some testimonials. And if Jason is on, or forgot who else David said, I'm sorry. But if they would like to share, we would love to have them.
Julie Jordan, if she's on, Julie Jordan or Jason, I'm not sure if they're on or not, because
I'm on.
Hey, Julie.
Okay,
Julie's going to do the Julie's also going to do the this testimonial tomorrow on the charge up call. So when you listen to this, if you think of somebody, I'm hosting it. She's going to be the guest. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead, Julie, and then we'll get to Jason.
Okay. Well, I have several things that have happened, but the big aha moment for me was I had 2 years prior to starting ASEA, my doctor had noticed a uterine fibroid and had suggested that I have it removed, and I declined that. And so about 2 years later, I had been on ASEA about 4 months. It kicked up. I went to see my doctor. She said, this is the problem. They did 4 tests and determined that that was my issue. So in the 2 weeks between that visit to the doctor and my appointment to have the outpatient service, I increased ASEA and up to 16 ounces, just because of what I had heard on the charge-up calls. And I woke up after the procedure and was informed that there was nothing to remove. So that was my big aha moment. The other thing,
amazing, congratulations.
Yeah, the other thing that I really didn't realize was a testimonial was the skincare system, because I had been on everything when I was a teenager and in my early 20s, Accutane, tetracycline, the works. And I haven't had any problems since I started using the Renew Advanced. It's amazing for people with sensitive skin. So
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. And I hope you took the 4 shots, because you look like you're 20 now. So there you go.
I feel like I'm 20.
There you go, too. That's perfect. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
It never ceases to amaze me what this product can help people do. And Jason, how about you?
Hey, so can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So Joe and Robin introduced me to this about 2 weeks ago, and I'm a firm believer in anything Joe tells me. He tells me the sky is black, I'm gonna believe it. But he introduced me to it, and I said, you know what? That sounds great. I went ahead, I signed up, and I received my product last Thursday. Now, what I do is I work at a paper mill, and I work 12-hour shifts, sometimes 16 hours. It depends on how everything's running. So I have to lay down in the afternoons when I take when I go in at night. I was working night shift last Thursday, and my heels always hurt me because we wear steel-toe boots. We're on our feet 12 hours plus a day. So I went ahead and I put some on my heels. I laid down to take my nap that afternoon, woke up. I felt great. And all I did was just put the Renew on my feet. My left foot was completely, like, it did not hurt. My right foot, it still had somewhat discomfort, but nothing at the level that it was before I started this Renew. So I woke up, and whenever I wake up, whether it's morning or evening, I have to go down the steps, to get to the kitchen and stuff like that. I would have to take one step at a time. My wife looked at me. She goes, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "My feet hurt. It feels like somebody, like a little elf, hammers on my foot all night long, and it just bruises it." Well, there was none of that. I mean, I rolled down the stairs that afternoon, got ready, went to work, had a 12-hour night. It wasn't, it wasn't a bad night. A little difficult because the machine wasn't running. So on my nights that I go in, can you shut that door for me? I normally grab 2 Red Bulls, and really wasn't expecting anything. I drank my steel before I went to work, and I noticed at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, hey, I haven't drank 1 Red Bull, and I feel pretty good right now. So I kind of saw that the ASEA was working, and kept putting the Renew on my feet before I went to bed or when I woke up, and my feet were not hurting the way that they did. I mean, I still get discomfort from time to time, but I keep putting the Renew on there, and my feet feel so much better. So by Monday, maybe Tuesday, Monday night, did a 12-hour day, 11 o'clock at night, I'm going to bed, but I'm still wide awake. I'm like, wow, this is pretty amazing stuff right here. So 4:30 in the morning, roll around Tuesday, I got another shift to go to, and I mean, popped up at 4:30. I was ready to go. My goal is to tell as many people about this as I can, but keeping it at a medium pace so I don't scare them as guys, this is my family. This is one of my twins. This is my son. I got another twin over here. It's bath time at our house right now, so
Hey.
but so far this has just been an amazing experience for me, and I'm only 9 days in. I get it. Only 10 to 15% of people have an experience in that first 7 days. I am one of those 15% of people, and I will take this stuff daily until it no longer works, which I doubt that it ever will. But thanks for listening. Let me share my experience tonight.
That is great, Jason.
Yeah.
That's what we want, is people to feel really good, and to get you out of working those long hours.
Spend more time with your kids.
Right now, to be home every night, that would be amazing, because I would, I get to see this girl and the other one, and then my boy and my wife. That would be amazing to be here every night with them. So
that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
When this works, not if this works, but when this works, I'm gonna be writing all of you thank you notes.
Hey,
right.
Thank you.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Thank you, Jason.
Give them all a hug from us.
Yep. Okay. That's
well,
perfect.
that's why we do this, and that's what's so heartwarming about all of this. I don't know if anybody, so many people are touched financially by this also. And I don't know if anybody's got a testimonial, because we didn't reach out to anybody, but would anyone like to share how the financial part of this has changed their lives? Making it easier to buy groceries, making it easier to put your children through school, whatever it is?
Well, I could always buy groceries, but it's changed my life dramatically. But everybody knows my story, and I know it's changed your story. Sylvie's waving.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's been, David know my story, and Debbie also. about a few years ago, somebody will tell me I will be where I'm at right now. And still now I get giggle, and the goosebump to know where I'm at and where I'm going. And so, it's been paying my daughter tuition. I mean, by all means, I'm very grateful because I have a good life. However, my husband is the breadwinner here. If he's sick, I don't know what will happen. And we're getting in our 50s, and, we're living well, but we've been working all our life. My husband is a contractor. It's physical work. If he breaks something or if he gets sick, there is no money who's going to come in this house. And this was a worry for me as we are getting older. And now I'm not worried. I'm actually, sometimes I think if something happened like that, it's going to force me to work even harder. Not that I'm looking for that, but it's just having the peace of mind that you have this extra thing coming every month. And before it was just to pay my product, it exceed that. And now what I appreciate is I'm able to pass it forward. I'm able to help people to get started. Before, when you start, you're like, oh, I cannot give it to because it's difficult. But now with the loyalty program, and also now I have more financial flexibility, I can really pass it forward and help other people who are maybe struggling, but have really willing. I'm not going to fish for them. I'm going to teach them to fish, but I'm going to give them the fishing rod for them to be able to fish. I don't know if that makes sense, but to be capable to do that, it's absolutely amazing feeling to be able to help people to get back in their feet. And it's very rewarding for me.
That was beautiful, Sylvie. Yes, thank you. I mean, that's another joy of this, is to be able to help somebody else. So many people are struggling financially, and as David says, or even settling for what they have. And it's very hard to get ahead if you're already working one full job or maybe two full jobs. There's really no time to get ahead and make more money. So it's nice to be able to offer that to people also. And Sylvie, are you safe with the fires and stuff?
Well, actually, it came pretty close. I mean, close. It was about 15, 20 minutes. It's called Simi Valley. So
Okay.
fire pass. Apparently, they were able to put it under control. But yeah, I mean, there is a big devastation, and
Oh, yeah.
people suffering. I actually put on Facebook, my house is open if there is people who need a roof or clean laundry, because it's thought to be there for people who are in need. And it's yeah, it's what giving back to society. It's a great feeling. So yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're safe
Yep.
right now.
And
Okay.
Gabby also is in Grenadale, so we both, but she's okay. She's traveling all the time, so she may not be around.
Gabrielle, she's not even in California, is she?
Now she is.
Oh, no,
She's
she is.
probably
Okay.
in Grenadale Hills, which is not too far from me.
I'm here now.
She just came for the
Bad
fire.
time to go back, Gabrielle.
I am out of here.
Yeah, really. Exactly.
All right, should we do announcements?
We can do announcements, or I can do recognition, whichever one.
Go ahead and do recognition first.
Okay. We always love to recognize and applaud people for all the hard work that people are doing, just getting out there and sharing this product and being brave about it. So we had quite a few rank advancements again. So new directors this week are Action Plus Redox, Bridget Formandum, and Rebecca Barrett. New director 300s, Wanda Miller. Out of North Carolina, Amanda Breddy, Deli Babatunde, and Bo Svensson. New director 700s, probably a Taiwan or Chinese name, sorry. Susie Aquila, Kiersey Molis, Kelly Gerhardt, and she's on, so congratulations, Kelly. Peter Marinakis, I was just with him and Wanda Miller. He's a chiropractor with Lynn Matthew. Lawrence Arrive, New Director 700. Chen, New Director 700. Kellyanne Taylor, Patricia Stoddard, Dawn Wilhelm, John Campbell, and Evelyn Yeo. So congratulations to everyone on sharing this, and we're very proud and happy to be working with all of you and working as a team together on all of this.
Yes, congratulations, everybody. A late breaking gold. Somebody just went gold on the team. Buffy Donahue just went gold, Debbie. I don't know if you saw that or not, but congratulations, Buffy.
I did. So that is fabulous, Buffy. Congratulations. And since Roxanne is on, she just went Director 700. So congratulations to Roxanne also. And congratulations, awesome. Buffy. Gold is amazing.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I did a couple people are saying yoo-hoo Buffy on the chat. I put a couple things in the chat before I get to the announcements. One is some of you may not have seen a video that I shot about people that say saltwater, and it's titled "Saltwater, Please." You know, use some common sense here. Trish got a hold of it, and she loved it, and she actually is featuring it in her newsletter this week. Bob edited it down a little bit. I've got the raw version there, my YouTube link. It's been up for a few months now, but it's there. You can copy that if you want it. Also, thanks, Steve. Thanks for saying it's a great video. Also, I put down the Zoom number for the Bucks team call, which is a Zoom right after hours in 35 minutes. Because those of you or those on your team that have not met Jerem Webb or Cindy and Bo Buck, our upline Triple Diamonds, their Zoom is right after ours, and the Zoom number is in the chat bar there. Those two things. Let me share my screen with what's going on this week where we can help you with several things that are happening. Let's see. Let's see this week. Gonna open that up. Here we go. Okay. So this is what's going on this week. Let me scroll it down here, make it a little bigger. Tomorrow night, we have a, well, I'm hosting the Charge Up call tomorrow, and Julie Jordan will be the testimonial. Tomorrow evening, two things. Debbie will go over, Debbie, I forgot to put it on here. You do a basic training at 8 p.m. Eastern. Why don't you go ahead and mention what that is before I get into this?
Okay. I just found that there were so many little things that aren't always covered in the basic training by Alan Noble, which is great. So I like people to do that first, so you're not asking very basic questions. But any of the ones after that, I like to train people, and it can be very interactive. I always have something planned, but I am happy to go to have a question answered and go over some of the things that people don't quite understand. And that can be binary, it can be comp plan, it can be the back office dashboard. I've gone over the ranks and what you need to be competent in. There's a lot of things that I'm happy to teach. So I do that every Tuesday night so that people can learn a little bit more.
That's at 8 o'clock Eastern on this same Zoom number you're on right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow night is the second Tuesday of the month, and we always have an animal Zoom. And live at 9 p.m. Eastern, go to ateamwebinar.com. ateamwebinar, you can see it right there. And if you have Zoom, it'll just take you to it. If you don't have Zoom, it'll prompt you to download it. If you want to get an idea of what is done on those live webinars, you can go see the recorded ones at animalwebinar.com. Animalwebinar.com, it's listed right there. Password associate. What's next? Wednesday's a very big day, and there's been a change. Let me blow that up. So Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday. Debbie and I do 3 live Zoom meetings. And it's at this same Zoom number. This is for guests. We take about 30 minutes on the presentation, and then we answer questions up to another 30 minutes, whatever the questions are, and about anything: product, health issues, applications, usage, business, anything. So the times have been 9 Eastern, 9, 1, and 9. They are now that we're off of daylight savings time, the morning one is at 8 a.m. Eastern. Yippee-ki-yay, got to get up a little earlier. So at 8 a.m. Eastern, Debbie and I are doing that. The reason we moved it to 8 a.m. is because that is really for Asia. So we have they didn't move their clocks back, so we did. So that makes it 9 o'clock in the evening for Singapore and Hong Kong. So again, Debbie and I are doing it 8 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern. Bring guests. If you get anybody to the earlier ones, we suggest bringing people to a later one if they like what they heard, because we're going to do it again, right? Okay, so that is, I can't seem to move that for some reason. Hold on a second. Clear drawings, clear, let's see. Okay, Thursday. I did this last week. Debbie, did you agree to do it this Thursday?
Yes, I did.
Perfect. Okay. So Thursday night is a great Zoom. It happens at 1 time. Wednesday is 3 times. Thursdays are at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that's 10 a.m. Singapore time on Thursday, but on Friday. But it's 9 p.m. Thursday night Eastern time. Alan Noble does a fantastic presentation, and I have to tell you, he goes over the product, but he goes over the business opportunity too. So this is great. If you've got someone who's got a sick child with autism, or just looking because their father had a stroke, I don't know. I think Wednesday would be better, but he does go over the product. But he talks about the opportunity first, then he does the product, and then he interviews a couple people. I was honored to be interviewed on it last week. If you want to see how this thing is run, so you know what to expect, go to discoverasia.com. That's the site you go to hit the live presentation on Thursday. But he parks the recording there until that following Thursday morning. So you can go there and see the one that he did this past Thursday and hear my perspective on it. And Danielle Matthews was fantastic, a gold in our group. She was absolutely amazing. I highly recommend that you go look. If you haven't seen it, go look at it, because you can use it. Not only are you evaluating it as a tool to see if you want to use the live one, you have today, Tuesday, Wednesday to use that as a tool if you want to, then it'll be gone. Live events. Okay, go to ateamsupport.com and you can get, you can see all the more details on these. Right now, this is what I saw up there. And you use the password associate with a capital A to get into A-Team Support and click the events tab. Okay, so here's what you got. You got Virginia Beach, November 13th. That's tomorrow. Raleigh, North Carolina, November 17th. Redwood City, California, November 17th. Portland, Oregon, November 17th. San Antonio, Texas, November 17th. So you got 4 this coming Saturday. Dallas, Texas. Debbie and I are going to be there with lots of diamonds in Dallas, December 1st. We're both going down there for that. Tampa, Florida, December 11th. I think that's with Trish Winkler. And Germantown, Maryland, which is closer to D.C. than Baltimore, but it's the whole East Coast is fine, Middle Atlantic, December 8th. So, and Debbie, you said you put that up already at Trish's? Is that up?
Yeah, that's why it was on her newsletter. I sent it to her, the flyer to her and stuff like that with the Eventbrite link. And I put it in the back office, and it'll be posted as soon as they approve it, which should have been today.
Perfect. So those are the live events that are coming up. And again, just before we finish the events, next year, there's 3 big ones, right? You got 3 biggies. You got Ascent, June 11th to the 15th, which you earn. You have to be bronze, silver, gold, or platinum to earn this. And you don't have to be bronze now. You got to be bronze by the time the trip comes, or when the qualification period is over. It's September 8th to March 1st. You have to go to your back virtual office and opt in for this. So please do that if you want to win this trip. And if you do the business, and if you do fast forwards and you're plugging people into these events we've got going on Wednesdays and Thursdays every week over and over again, and bring your new people to Monday night next week, you'll win this thing. I mean, there's no secret sauce. It's just really doing it. There is a weekly Monday mastermind call every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern for people that are pushing for it. Envision is the next biggie that's coming. That is January 17th to 19th in Salt Lake City. You get tours of world headquarters. You have to register for that. And the FDA registered production plant training, vision, everything. Okay. It's $99 now if you register at ASEAEvents.com. If you're new within the last 90 days, if you enroll within the last 90 days, call associate support and tell them, and you get the registration for $69. And there is a discounted room block at the Radisson. Lastly, and by the way, when I say convention, most importantly, hey, I'm going to tell you something. Envision right now is the most important thing that should be on your mind. This is where when you go, you get the vision, and when you bring people, they get the vision. And they see the infrastructure this company has set for the explosion that's happening right now. I mean, it took us 8 years to get to 84 million last year. We're on pace to do 120 to 130 million this year and be doubling it every year. When you do the math, that's $1 billion in the next 3 to 4 years, a year, right? Which is pretty amazing. Convention is the biggest event of the year. That is in Las Vegas next year. We just came from Dallas, about 2 months ago from this. September 12th to the 14th. You can register. Book your flights coming home if you can, the 15th in the late afternoon if you can, because we always have a huge team meeting that Sunday morning, the 15th. We always do it. And a lot of times it's a recap of what we learned and planning session. So when you do book, make a note and tell your team to book it later in the afternoon to come home. Okay. So that's really all the announcements I have, Deb. I will turn it back over to you.
Well, there's two more. If you're in Europe or you're going to Europe or you have a team in Europe and you want to go to Barcelona, I think that's February 7th through 9th in Barcelona, Spain. And so if you got a team in Europe, go and have fun. And just so you know, because I promote either me or David, I'm also going to be on Terry Latham's Team Live It phone call tonight. He posts some very, very, very good phone calls. He interviews different people at different times. And most of us have been on there before. But he always does a really good job, and he's had some extraordinary people on. So that's at 10 o'clock Eastern, so it's getting a little bit late, but it's just a half an hour. I can put the number in the chat bar if anybody wants to have that. So we should welcome new people and then go to the training. Go ahead.
Also, Wednesday, I'm going to have Nadine Wage, who's for my French webinar, but it's going to be in French and in English because she's American. So I will translate. So if some people are interested to join at 11:30 Pacific time, before it's going to be only French. So unless you want to learn French, it's good. But she's going to talk about, why, as an athletic trainer, and she's highly qualified because she used to be the athletic trainer for the most,
early Monday morning for
incredible woman tennis player, and she's going to talk. So I can put the link for Wednesday.
Yeah, please put that in. And that's at 2 o'clock Eastern, you do that?
At 2 o'clock when I start is the PowerPoint. It's going to be done by a friend of mine from France who's the macro nutritionist. And she's going to talk about athlete modeling, redox and athlete. And after we have the interview at 2:30 your time.
Okay. All right. So you'll put that in the chat bar, Sylvie?
Put that right now.
Thank you. Okay. Deb, you want to welcome new people aboard?
Sure. So I'll ask, does anyone have someone new they'd like to introduce?
I have someone who actually, I think she's about to lose power on her phone, but she's been an associate for a while, but her mom is Jenny Gladding, and her daughter is on here. She's still here. Adana Morel is on. I don't know. I just got a text from her. Let's see. Anyway, if she wants to say hi, Adana, are you there? Anyway, she's the hold on, I have to put my glasses back on. It's terrible. She's she's 434-962-1287 number.
Well, She said she was losing the power.
Yeah.
What in the heck?
Stephanie, you keep unmuting. 434.
I see it. It ends with 1287.
Yes.
It's 3 under Sylvie's name.
Anyway, she's wonderful and she's very young and she gets it. And she contacted me recently. She's at school in Asheville at Warren Wilson College.
Can you get her,
Can you
Deb?
guys hear me?
Yes.
I did just unmute. Yeah, I just unmuted her.
Okay. Hi. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
How are you?
Awesome. I'm okay. My phone's about to die, so I'm trying to make my way to a charger. But you're catching the tail end of me.
So tell us before your phone dies a little bit about you.
So I'm a student at Warren Wilson College, and my mom is Jenny Gladding, and I'm under her and Dorothy.
Well, wonderful.
Yeah.
What's attracting you to ASEA? And how old are you?
I'm 20 years old, and I'm a dancer, so I'm an athlete, and that's one of the big things attracting me to it, as well as financial stability in college. So yeah.
Well,
That's great.
it's going to help you. It's going to help me more than you because I'm 58, but it's going to help you too with energy and endurance. That's for sure.
Exactly, and I want to bring it to other athletes as an alternative to, like, I know someone mentioned using Red Bull.
Yeah.
As an alternative to that, and energy drinks and things like Gatorade.
Good.
So.
Well, welcome aboard. We'll help you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I have a really busy schedule here. It's just go from like 8 in the morning to 8 at night. But I'm trying my best to tap into the calls and everything going on and get my hands on it. So I appreciate everyone's support and help.
Absolutely.
Yes, let us know how we can help you because we always love having new young people come in and give us their experiences and their expertise also.
Totally. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
So I guess the first steps is just kind of tapping onto the calls every day. Would that be good?
Dorothy will give you the information on what to do from the beginning, right, Dorothy?
Okay.
Absolutely. And you actually met Adon when you were in Richmond after you had come to Charlottesville back in May, and we came here, so you got to say hi.
Oh, awesome. Hopefully I'll meet you again.
Definitely.
Okay. Is there anybody else new on?
Hi, this is Felicia. I actually have 2 guests on. I have Marcus Soriano, who's been on the product for a couple of months, and his number ends in 5288. David, you had done a 3-way with Marcus, and I met Marcus from Shaper.
Yeah, I see Marcus. Oh, it's not a phone number. It's his name, Deb. Maybe you can unmute him. I can't.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Can y'all hear me? This is Marcus Soriano.
Oh, hi, Marcus. Yes.
Yep. Hey, Marcus.
Hello. Hi, everyone. How y'all doing?
Great.
We're good.
Glad I can join you tonight, this evening.
Us too. Well, I met you, but Debbie didn't. So share a little bit about yourself, Marcus.
Yeah, so I'm 38 years old, live in the Washington, D.C. metro. Been on the product for almost 5-6 months now. Took it based upon my thyroid condition, and then also I had tore my PCL when I was playing college football a couple years back. So that was actually one of the reasons I really took interest in taking the product on, and I've been on it consistently. It's been great. I've seen some of the things that I'm noticing based on my health and my condition as well. So it's been pretty awesome with my experience.
What have you noticed?
Basically just my thyroid condition. I'm not taking my medication every day. So I'm taking it like every 3 days now. And I'm
Okay.
not having that when I miss a day of my medication. I'm not getting a slight headache or any side effects from actually taking it on a daily basis.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Well, welcome to the team, and we look forward to meeting you. Can you make it on December 8th to the event in Germantown?
Yeah, I actually have the date locked down. I'm definitely going to be planning to attend that. We'll be there. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. That'll be great. We'd love to meet you in person.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
Felicia and I and Debbie, if we can help you to share it with people before then, you got almost a month to get people interested and on the product and come to the event also, because they'll get to meet corporate and some other diamonds that are going to be coming in from out of the area. So looking forward to meet you in person.
Great, me too.
Perfect.
Thanks, Marcus. And my other guest is actually a client who's not at a distributor, but she's thinking about it. So I told her she could be a fly on the wall, but she did say I can introduce her so you all can maybe welcome her. And her name is Bo Gott, and her number is, it ends in 7277. 301-254-7277.
That one we don't see. And what's her name again?
Her name is Bo Gott, and she's a client. And she just started to do some dog walking as a part-time job. She retired from her other job. And I told her this would be a good extension of her job to add extra income and help all those pooches and animals that she's going to walk. But I don't know if she's still on. But
Does it end in, did you say it ends in 2277?
oh, excuse me, 7277. 301-254.
No, different number. I don't see her on there, Felicia.
7277. Maybe she dropped off.
If you're there, maybe we'll get a chance to meet later. But thanks, Felicia.
She's on. She's unmuted. John Goss.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Ah, there she is.
Here I
Hi.
am. Yeah, it's coming up under my husband's name.
Okay. Is it Bo?
Yes, it is.
Bo,
Hi.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So,
And you're taking a look at this?
I am taking a look at that, but I am not a person that is a salesman. It's very hard for me to take that approach to try sell product to somebody. So I'm still a little bit hesitant because I don't want to jump in and then go all in and then find out that it's not working for me. So I'm taking incremental steps here. I started with the gel back in the springtime. Felicia introduced me to the product, and because of neck pain, and as it states, in 5 minutes, you rub it in 3 times and it really does relieve any stiffness or pain that you have. I noticed too that sometimes I have achy knees, and so that helps a lot too. I do not have any major medical issues going on, so I do not find that the ASEA, I'm not having the same results as other people are having with the ASEA liquid.
Yeah, some of us weren't sick at all. We just realized what a huge scientific breakthrough this was and what it would do for us on the long end of it. David wasn't sick and I wasn't sick, so we got on for prevention and to help us stay young and healthy, basically.
Right.
And we just educate people about what this is. If they want to try it, they try it, and if they don't, they don't. I've never tried to sell it to anybody.
me neither. Just share it, and people that have a need, whether they're in pain or they've got blood sugar issues or thyroid issues or sleeping issues and energy issues are 2 huge things.
Right.
And most people would like to sleep better and have more energy. And so, if you're a believer in it and you want to see how we do this as a business without being a salesperson, then Felicia can show you a real quick video. It's 28 minutes. To make sense to you, you can say, hey, I'd like to have a better life. I don't want to settle. I don't know if you're settling or not in life with finances or free time. Just that the fact is most people are. And sometimes it's fun to stretch a little bit out of the box, though it's not being a salesperson, it's really being an educator. And the cool thing is, if your perception is it is sales, and you know a few salespeople, then introduce them to Felicia, because they can be part of your organization, and you earn from what they do. You don't take from them; they can earn more than you. It's a very fair comp plan. But anyway, well, welcome as a guest.
Thank you.
You
I
bet.
also thought that she really wouldn't have to sell because the animals don't have placebo effect.
Yeah. Well, watch the animal call tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, or go to animalwebinar.com. You can see all the people that use this on animals. Tomorrow night, there's a dog breeder that's going to be on there, and a horse breeder too.
Okay.
Yeah.
David,
Thanks.
Yes.
I would like to introduce you Marcelino Magasakai from the Philippines. It's on the Oppo, but I
Yes,
don't
I
have
see him.
a microphone.
No,
Yeah.
no microphone.
You don't have your microphone, Marcel.
Yeah, I don't have.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
Marcelino, you and I conversed on Facebook back and forth, but you haven't met Debbie yet, so I'll let Debbie talk to you.
I muted myself because there's some feedback, but
Hi, ma'am. I have no microphone.
okay.
Hello.
We're hearing you.
Okay. So thank you that I have an opportunity to attend this meeting, and I want to do business here in Philippines.
Perfect.
Hope to see you.
Well, I think that's just about to take off because the product, everything's in place, but the product's the registration paper hasn't come back. That's happening.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to mute Marcelino. There's too much feedback.
Okay.
Once it's the feedback's here, Marcelino, there's a lot of feedback coming from your line, so it's real hard to hear you. Maybe we can talk if you want tomorrow on Facebook a little bit more. We're sorry that it's real hard to hear for some reason. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome.
Yeah. And just let you know, Marcelino reached me via Facebook, and is very excited for sharing this technology with the Philippines, and is very driven by the business, and we are very excited to have him in our team. And so welcome, Marcelino.
Definitely, and I'll be there probably at the end of March. So hopefully we'll create a lot of interest, you and Sylvie and me. And when I get there, I'll get to meet you in person and meet all of the people you bring to the meeting. Okay. Is there anybody else new on? Okay. So
All
Deb,
right.
the topics that I saw that people put down for the comp plan were binary placements, spillover, and then EMP and check match. Before we start answering the questions, why don't I just share something with everybody with regards to the comp plan, okay? Go to amazingmoleculestraining.com, amazingmoleculestraining.com. Here's the short little video that I was talking to Bo about the basics about this business, which is 28 minutes long, fast start training. But when you want to see the comp plan to get an idea of it, not that you'll remember all of it, but just to get the basics, right? And then ask your upline for more details, hit the training link and go to these comp plan training videos. None of them are long. There's an overview one that's 11 minutes. There's one that's on enrolling customers, associates, and the director bonus. It's 7 minutes long. There's one on the binary and the team commission part of the comp plan, which is 19 minutes. And then there's 11 minutes on EMP, executive momentum pool, check match, and diamond pool, which these are all questions that were asked in the chat. But Debbie and I can kind of cover these now. Debbie, which do you want to cover? Do you want to cover want me to cover binary placement and you do spillover?
Sure.
Okay. So understand that when you enroll in a SIA, you are at the top of 2 compensation trees, right? There's 8 ways that they pay us, 8 different ways. And one of the ways is on what's called the binary tree, which has 2 legs of people. And the other is your personal sponsorship tree. And you're at the top of that one. So you're at the top of 2 trees. The personal tree is every person you enroll is first level to you, everyone. You enroll 20 people, you have 20 legs. You enroll 40 people, you have 40 legs. You enroll 100 people, you have 100 legs. And then those are your first level people. Say you enrolled 10, and those 10 each enrolled 5, right? So you have 10 on your first level, and then 5 times 10 on your second level, 50. And if each of them enrolled 5, then you got another 250 on your third level. So it's first level, second level, third level. That's how it goes, and it tends to get bigger as it goes down. The binary tree is 2 legs, all right? And all of the people of those, let's say you had 200 people in your personal tree, all 200 are also in your binary tree. You don't pick and choose, say, I want Joe, my friend, to be in this tree and not that tree. Joe's going to be in both. Susan's going to be in both. All of the people in your personal tree go in the binary tree, but only in the right or left leg, right? When you watch that video, the team commissions video, I think it will explain how you get paid on your on team commissions on that. Now, if you have a sponsor who is building a business, and if you are not going faster than they are, then you can get you might get what's called spillover people. Debbie's going to explain that, but these people are not people who are in your personal tree. Remember, all your personal sponsorship tree people are in your binary tree in the right or left, but you might end up with other people there that's called spillover. I'll let Debbie answer that, explain that.
Okay, and spillover is a gift, and we don't ever expect it, but if you've got an active upline, and I'll just go ahead and do this, and I'll go to my tree and just kind of show you, because I can put in just the very beginning of it. You can see what spillover is, much easier this way. I'll go down 9 levels. Okay. So when you look at me, I'm at the very top of the tree. And if you come over here, this is Barbara Shapiro here. I don't know who that is because Cindy Buck has got the same right leg that I've got. So you're going to have the same leg or the same side as your sponsor. And it depends on what side that they put you on. You could be on their left side or their right side. Well, I was on Cindy's right side. So Cindy, before I ever got my product, and because she was just on fire, this had saved 3 of her best friends' lives, Cindy started signing up people, and she was building her right leg. So she put in Barbara Shapiro and Barbara Buxton and Scott Yingling and Thomas James and John Wolf and Van, and then I finally put in Peggy Hart. Well, then I couldn't, I went to look for Peggy Hart and couldn't find her when I first began this because she was already down, 7 levels? And she was my first sign up on my right side. And then it keeps on going, and David's down there, and Pearl Bowen's down there, and that kind of thing, all on my right side. And there's some others. But that's what spillover is. These are all people that Cindy Buck put in on the same side that I have with her. And anytime they were ordering a case at the time, because you can see none of them are on auto ship. That was 8 years ago. When they bought a case of product, the 100 points would roll up through me, and then to Cindy, and then to Tammy and Chuck, and then to Denny, and then to Trish, and then to Alan Noble, and then to Sue Brenchley. And everybody got those 100 points. That's why we say this binary pays to infinity, because every time somebody orders a product, it goes up through everybody. And of course, the company does not go bankrupt doing that, because some people, like these people, would never benefit from the 100 points. They're not on auto ship, they're not active. It just bypasses them. But they have the 100 points in their dashboard for this week. And then because they're inactive, next week they'll be at 0 again. So that's what spillover is. It's wonderful to get it if you have it. Like I said, if your upline is active, you normally do get 1 or 2 people at least. If you get really active and start working like I did, then Cindy went to her other side. She went to her left side and started building, and she's still building her left side. So I really haven't gotten anything else. And that's all fine, but that's what you do as a leader, basically. So that is spillover.
Debbie, what I drew on there, could you see the drawing? You could.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Also, just so you know, there was somebody on a few minutes ago who took their shirt off. And if we see people that you got to pay attention. If it's an accident that we're looking at your naked breasts, then that's one thing. You got to be very, very careful knowing there's a camera on. If we find anybody's doing that on purpose, they will be kind of excommunicated from our team. We're just not going to have any of that. I assume it was just an accident. So just got to let you know that.
Yes, don't forget that we're watching you. And some people just forget, and they start eating, or they lay down on the bed, and they whatever.
Yeah.
And you should have Zoom etiquette, basically, because people are watching you if you're on. If you really don't want to be seen and you need to take your shirt off or something, please go down to the bottom and stop your video.
Yes.
And block it. So just remember that we're watching you, and it's so. If you're presenting, when we're doing a webinar presentation, and I know all of you will be doing it at one time, it's very disruptive to have people eating, chewing, talking, and doing all this stuff. It just makes you feel like they're not even listening to you. So please remember that we're in a meeting now, and we can see each other. So thank you.
Okay, and there was another question about the comp plan. We're at the end, but it was about EMP and check match. Let me just give you a quickie. Now, I will tell you that the best thing to do is to go to amazingmoleculestraining.com and watch these videos. And this is the way I train my new people I enroll. Debbie does the same thing. Someone says, can you explain the comp plan to me? I like explaining the basics of those 2 trees because it's kind of hard to conceive that sometimes. But I have people, I'll say, look, I'm doing this for a few reasons. It's going to save you time. It's going to save me time. And I'm going to teach you how to save a lot of time in the future. Because I could sit down and explain the comp plan for an hour and a half. But it takes an hour and a half, and that's what you're going to have to do every time with people. And a lot of people don't even want to know the whole comp plan. It's not important to know the whole comp plan. I didn't even understand it till 6 months in. But I'll have people watch these videos one time through, right? What is it, 11, 18, 37? It's 48 minutes of video. They watch it once uninterrupted, no taking notes, no nothing. Then they go through and they watch each one again. Now they're absorbing much more, and they're going to have questions. If they watched it once, they're going to have a boatload of questions. If they watch it twice, they're going to get their questions answered. They're going to be left with some residual questions, and that's what I sit down with them for. Okay? So I hope that helps you. But the EMP is a really cool bonus. It's available only to bronze, silvers, golds, and platinums. It's called the Executive Momentum Pool because you're an executive when you're a bronze or above. It creates momentum. There's a lot of background noise, Deb. Can you pick up where that's coming from, or just mute everybody out and I'll come back? Okay, I'm good. There we go. Thank you. So the Executive Momentum Pool is great. It's a fixed time, right? It's a certain number of weeks, 12 weeks at bronze, once you're at bronze for 2 weeks in a row, 16 weeks at silver, 20 weeks at gold, 24 weeks at platinum, 72 weeks. Very cool. Very cool. And it's a way to really bump up your income. Debbie and I didn't have that. Our income kind of went like this. That creates this momentum where you can really get a bump in your income. They pay that check once a month instead of once a week. Powerful. Check match is pretty cool. Check match is unlimited income. Trish will earn between $3 and $4 million this year. 520,000 comes from the binary. That's it. The most you can earn from the binary is 10,000 a week. And we haven't maxed, Debbie and I haven't maxed that out yet. But the most we'll ever earn from that, or anybody will, is 10,000 a week. Now, most say, well, who needs more than that? Nobody needs more than that. We're just telling you how the comp plan works. But check match is unlimited. There's no limit to the amount of money you earn in check match. Everybody gets a binary, a team commission. Remember the right and left side, the binary? Every week you get 10% of the volume on the leg that has the least amount of volume. So you got a week that has 1,200 on this leg and 800 on this leg. They're going to pay you 10% of the 800. That's $80 that week. Well, check match, as long as you're qualified for check match, qualifying bronze or above, and you get paid in depth in your organization, you get a piece of what that $80 is. You don't take from their 80. That for Joe or Susan, they still get their $80. But the company pays you a percentage. It's around 10% of that. That's $8. You think, well, what's 10% of $80? What's the big deal? Well, it's not a big deal when it's with that. It's all you have is Joe, and that's what his check is. But you add that up on the people in your organization, you get $8 from him, you get $200 from this person, you get paid on all that. Check match is incredible. And Diamond Pool is kind of like Executive Momentum Pool, but it's for the diamonds, right? We didn't have that either, but now we have it. So those videos will help explain that. So I think I want to kind of end it, Debbie, unless you want to have something else you want to add, because I want to get to Cindy's call and let people get on so they can meet the president if they want to.
Nope, I'll let everybody go. Thank you all for coming. We always love seeing you guys. And see Jerem. If you want to go see Jerem, what's his name? David put the number in.
I'm putting it in again. So I just put it in. I'm putting it in again right now for everybody. It is 970-963-2487. Zoom number 970-963-2487. And again, Cindy and Bo Buck is our Debbie sponsor.
Right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Good night.
Night, everybody. Thanks, Deb.
Night, Jackie. Love your smile.
Bye. Thank you.